Welcome, fellow dreamers.
It's speed draw time. Lost media time?
Yeah, we're gonna do a speed draw while talking about some lost media. I hope you like the new tripod. Anywho, really quickly before we get into that though, if you check the description of this video, it's going both on TikTok and YouTube, there's going to be a referral code. So for this referral code, is for an app called Eureka. I don't know if this counts as a sponsor, but, because we're not getting paid for the initial promotion. But if you get Eureka and you sign up with our referral code, well, first of all, let's get into what Eureka is. Eureka is an app that you can make money on, by doing a couple of different things. You can play games, you can do surveys, you can watch videos, and there's also tasks, extra tasks you can complete to, do those, like to get some more money. Now, it's not like millionaire worth money, but it is a little extra money, and it's, and if you grind hard enough and you follow some of the tips that we're about to list, you can make up to $5 a day. So what me and Dommy like to do is we like to, of course we add games. There's apps you can complete tasks on under 5 minutes, and then you can just delete the app if you don't want to keep it. Once you've got the reward from it, there's a tap thing where they let you tap on ads, and then they give you rewards for that. And when it comes to the surveys, you know how you'll get some surveys that kick you from them after a few questions? Eureka will still pay you for those surveys. So, the best way to make money on them is to select the, ones with the shortest time limit, because, that way you can grind the surveys and complete the survey tasks. And, but yeah, those are the two things we do. We do indulge in the games because we like to game for money too. Anywho, with that being said, there's another thing too. If you sign up with this referral code, you can, me and Dommy will also make we'll also get some rewards every time you guys cash out. It's a completely legitimate app. It's completely free. So if you're hurting for some extra money, that'll be a good way to, make some extra money, especially if you have an account of your own. You can also, promote it, get the referral code, put it in there, make the extra earnings that way every time your followers cash out, and so on and so forth. And you can also give the code to your family members and all that. So, yeah. If you would like to help us out, but you can't afford our Patreon, and you'd like to help us out because life is awful and job opportunities are few and far between, try out Eureka with our referral code. And if you don't like the app, you can delete it. But if you do like it, keep in mind that we get a bonus every time you cash out, so we're both getting money. Anywho, now into the video. So, we've mentioned this on YouTube about 3 times and gotten no reception for it, but, we will be mentioning it. This is our first time mentioning it on TikTok. But Adama and I do have, mostly me because it was from my childhood.
Lost media's a little bit before my time. A lot a bit before, no, it's way after my time. I'm before its time.
Yeah. So, lost media. I did once have some lost media, and I can't find it. And it's kind of creepy how I lost the original lost media. So I'm gonna go into it. I'm so glad I have a good memory, but this is my lost media experience. So, as you know, I've been a fan of horror since I was younger, starting with Courage the Cowardly Dog. So Mom would get me, like, Goosebumps and all that, and, she found this one book from the thrift store. That was another thing, before the thrift stores went to crap. I used to really, really like going to thrift stores and treasure hunting, as I like to call it, but, that's not the same anymore. That's neither here nor there, though. So Mom found this one book, and and it was called, I remember it was called, it didn't have, like, a title that you would usually see on a book. It was just, like, a, kind of a realistic painting, like, not too realistic, but, like, maybe comic book level realistic painting of a hand coming out of a grave, and on the gravestone it said, "Oops." So, it did say in the back of the book that it was written by R.L. Stine, but I could never find anything linking this back to him. So, if you guys know anything, let me know. So, basically, the story is about, these kids that, it's these 3 kids. I remember the little girl's name was Muffy because it made me instantly think of Arthur. And I remember there was a kid with glasses, and then there was a chubby kid that I can't remember the name of. But I remember he used to like chocolate. He would hide candy on his person. Like I remember specifically there was a moment where he hid a chocolate bar in his sock. But, and then there was this other kid that was really obsessed with taxidermying roadkill. And his name was, I think it was Roger, but I'm not sure. He had glasses. I do remember him having glasses, though. And I remember that he had his favorite taxidermy thing was a stuffed bat named Mildred. So, they go on, I remember their parents were divorced. And I can't remember exactly what happened, but I think they lived with the mother full time, but they did something to irritate their mother, and, she started to, like, massage her temples, and they said she was getting one of those headaches again. And I remember when they went to go get the dad, because they were going on family vacation, I remember them specifically describing his wife as having dishwater blonde hair. 'Cause I remember that got a chuckle out of me at the time. So they went, I can't remember where they were going for a family vacation, but they rented out some house, like some 2-story house. And, I remember after they rented out the house, the parents had a babysitter. The parents were going to go out. They were going to go somewhere. I can't remember where they were going. But they hired a babysitter. And the babysitter was like this old lady that was like really strict, gave super nanny vibes. And I can't remember exactly what her name was. I mean, I'm not 100% sure. I do remember what Mom said her name was, but Mom said that she wasn't sure if she was pronouncing it right, but it was either Aradine or Adrienne Beljar. For simplicity's sake, I'm going to call her Adrienne, because that's what I remember her as. But the babysitter she was really strict. She was taking all the candy that the fat kid was hiding. She was going to make them do chores and go to bed. So, they're like, okay, we need to get her out of here. We're going to just scare her and make her leave. So they use, the nerdy kid, who I think is named Roger, they use his stuffed bat to scare her. And when they scare her, she, has a heart attack and dies. So they bury her in the backyard because they panic. So the parents come home, they try to act like nothing happened. But then weird stuff starts to happen, like the fat kid gets up, and there's a coral snake in his bedroom. I remember him specifically saying he was going to massacre the kid with the glasses because it's scary. He thought he had something to do with it. but they never found I don't think they found the snake. I think when they went looking for the snake was gone. And there's another instance where the kid was, like, talking to his mother, and a rat ran across the floor, and it made his jaw drop. I think he was, like, scared of stuff like that. But, then there was a part, like, she really seemed to not like this fat kid. But there was a part where the fat kid goes into his bedroom, and he sees, and this part freaked me out the most as a kid. But I loved it, because I liked scaring the wits out of myself like that. But the severed head of the babysitter was looking in through the second-story window of their bedroom. And that made the kid scream. And when his parents came up there, they're like, well, what? And he, like, tried to play it off like it was a spider or something. So, they all, the kids get together, and, they're like, okay, well, there's no way she's haunting us, so maybe, they're trying to be all rational. They're like, well, maybe we didn't kill her, even though we thought she did, and she's trying to prank us back, so maybe we just need to find her and apologize. So, they call, the babysitting company, only to find out that, it's been out of business for years. So they go find the company, and they, like, go through the files, and they find out that they find Aradine or Adrian's file. I don't know which name it is. And they find the last house she sat for. So, I don't know why they thought going to that house would... Anyways, they go there. I don't know why they thought they'd find her there, but they go there. And the house is completely abandoned. Like, everything is still there. There's kids' toys in it that are still caked in dust. There's rotten food in the kitchen.
Giving Abandoned by Disney vibes.
Oh, yeah. So, they hear a creaking noise upstairs, and they find, like, one of these attics where it actually has a staircase leading to a door. So they go up that staircase, and, at some point they found a key to open it because it was locked. So they put two and two together and realized that's what that key was for, so they unlock the door. And in a true psycho moment, they find, the babysitter sitting in a rocking chair with her back to them. They start to apologize to her, but when they turn her around, she's just a skeleton, with hair and an old lady's outfit on. So that freaks them out, and they fucking run off. I mean, sorry, I was trying not to cuss this video, but whatever. So they run off, they run down the stairs, trying to remember what happened next. A little bit later, the house gets set on fire, and when they're trying to get out, the babysitter's ghost won't let them down the stairs.
You shall not pass. Ba-da-da-da.
But yeah, the babysitter, to get her to move, Roger sacrifices Mildred by throwing her, like the bat, by throwing it at her and scaring her away. They get out of the house burns down, and it's like a part that really makes this believable to me that it was R.L. Stine, but I don't know, like I said, I can't link it back to him. Is that, it has a typical Goosebumps ending. Like your dun-dun-dun type ending, like you're not quite happy ending, like a something's wrong type ending. So as they're driving home, it's, for whatever reason, the kids decide to look into the back seat, because they had one of those, vans where you can see the trunk from the back seat. They look over the back seat and into the trunk, and they see, the babysitter's ghost just sitting on top of their luggage. So that was, my first instance with some lost media there. Another instance, and this is part of the reason why when I'm drawing our thumbnail, I drew, Horace Horrible in the thumbnail. from Candle Cove, but now don't worry, I'm not going to say that I saw Candle Cove somewhere, but I do distinctly remember seeing a cartoon character, not a puppet, but a cartoon character with Horace Horrible's design. I can't remember which cartoon it was. I know that I saw it on Boomerang, though, and I know that he played the role of a, mad scientist, and he was, like, chasing the protagonist around and trying to do experiments on him. It was kind of goofy and silly and stupid, so, it wasn't as scary as, like, oh, the book. Something I didn't mention about the book. So, this book, right, I had it over at my grandma's house because I was showing it to her. And then it just went missing, and we never found it again. So, that's creepy. And we gutted that whole house, too, after, she passed. After her and Grandpa passed, we gutted that whole house, we cleaned it out and sold it. And we did, if you're wondering why, it was because there was a demon in it. But, yeah, we never did find that book, so that's creepy. Anywho, I'll tell the story about the demon haunting Grandma's house later, but, I think it might be connected to Dad's demon, which, again, that's a story for another time, which I will tell separately. But, yeah. I mean, I did post all of these stories on, our YouTube account if you want to hear them in full, but, it's literally just called, if you're watching this on TikTok, it's called, True Scary Stories, like, or True Scary Stories, so, there's that. So, yeah. Horace Horrible. Probably not his name. Saw him in a cartoon. That exact design. He might not have had the teeth, if I'm looking at it through your memory. I think it was just the head and the mustache. And the body. Yeah, I can't remember if he occasionally had the teeth or not. Anyways, the cartoon itself was pretty forgettable, though, or I would have remembered it more in detail. Let's see. This one, might be a little easier to find, but it's I remember I don't know why, but when I'd go to school, no matter how old I was, no matter what school I went to, I would always have the luck of ending up with if you can call it that, bad luck maybe. I would always end up with a teacher that hated children and hated, their job. Which, I mean, if you're going to get a job, first of all, if you're going to get a job where you don't get paid shit to begin with, why would you get a job where you hate children? Like, I don't even know how you got the degree for that, because you have to go through a whole ass schooling degree. It's not like some McDonald's job you can pick up. So, I don't know why you would go out of your way to go to school for a degree just to get a job you hate. Anyways, like I said, some government-issued job. Like, you have to complete training. But yeah, he would always show us some messed up stuff. He'd show us, like, Old Yeller and stuff like that, where the animals would get killed at the end. Like this teacher I had. And one thing he showed us was, like, this thing where this lion was, like, king of, like, over all these animals, and he would force them to bring him sacrifices, like food, and they would all draw straws, and instead of eating the food they'd bring, he'd eat them. And I'm like, why are you showing this to kids? Like, anyways, we're gonna wrap this up because, I can see we're coloring in things now. So, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment,
subscribe for Spiritual Pride. If you're on YouTube, if you're watching this on TikTok, follow for Spiritual Pride. If you're watching this on YouTube, click the little bell.
all that good stuff. And, don't forget to use the referral code because we both get benefits from that for Eureka. EU, I don't know if the referral code's going to link to it, but EUR, I think it's IKA? I mean, pretty sure you can find it. Just make sure you download it from the App Store if you got an iPhone. Don't go to some sketchy website or anything like that. Anyways, this is our first time drawing our own thumbnail too. So, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed the new tripod. Hope you enjoy us in Squid Game outfits. So, until next time, fellow dreamers.
Bye!